Assalamualaikum sir, how can I help you?
I want to apply for home financing for my new house. What kind of home financing that you offer?
We offer Islamic home financing in this bank.
What is the difference between Islamic home financing and the conventional one?
For conventional, the contract they use is a loan contract. The bank will act as a creditor and the customer is the borrower. The bank will charge an interest rate for the money spent. The objective of lending money to get more money.
And the difference is?
For Islamic, we have 3 different types of contract, such as sale contract, partnership contract, and leasing agreement. For sales, bank as a seller, customer as a buyer. For partnership, bank and customer both act as partners. In leasing, the bank is the lessor while the customer is the lessee. Moreover, Islamic banks follow Sharia compliance so there are no elements of riba, borrow and maisir. As we know, riba is mostly known as interest rate, so Islamic bank did not include interest rate in any form of contract. Instead, the profit is calculated based on outstanding principal. Lastly, the subject matter of the transaction is the property.
Oh, now I know why Islam prohibit Muslim to apply for conventional, because it is contain elements of riba, gharar and maisir. So I will apply for Islamic home financing. What is the type of home financing that you offer to me?
We offer 2 types of home financing. The first one is Ijarah Muntah bil Tamlik, asset acquisition financing I for completed property, and Ijarah Mawsufah fi Dhimma, asset acquisition financing I for property under construction.
Can I know more about the second type with detail? Because I want to apply for home financing under construction.
For under construction, this contract uses the Sharia principle of Ijarah Mawsufah fi Dhimma.
Oh, okay.
Did you know how Ijarah or forward lease operate?
Sorry, I didn't know about it.
Okay sir, so I will explain to you. In Ijarah, assets undertaken by the lessor, which is bank, to be delivered to the lessee according to accurate specification. During the period that the leased asset or property is under construction, the lessor may ask the lessee, which is customer, to pay a certain portion of pre-agreed lease rental as a forward lease. The forward lease rental payment will be considered as a debt to the lessor until the delivery of the leased asset to the lessee. The customer undertakes to purchase the asset or property upon the end of lease period for full payment the asset property price, or in the event of default, subject to agreed terms and condition. Ownership will be transferred to customer at the end of leasing period by way of sale. Is it clear on how the home financing works?
Sure, quite a detailed explanation. Is it I'm eligible to apply for this home financing?
According to our policy, you are eligible to apply because it is open to an individual and also for a residential property that has a tenure between 35 years or until you become 70 years old. I would like to suggest that you take tenure for 30 years to avoid having to pay off debt when you have retired.
Alright, that's a good idea. I have a question about the regarding the stamp duty and disbursement fees, could you provide some more information about that?
Absolutely. Stamp duty and disbursement fees are important factors to consider when obtaining a home loan. Stamp duty is a tax imposed by the government on certain documents, including property transactions. The amount of stamp duties varies based on factors such as property value and location. It's important to note that stamp duty regulations may differ from one jurisdiction to another. So it's crucial to familiarize yourself with the specific regulation in your area.
Thank you for the explanation. Are the stamp duty charges typically in the home financing or separated from it?
In most cases, stamp duty charges are not typically included in the home loan amount. They are separate charges that you will need to pay directly to the government or relevant authority. It's important to budget for this cost separately when planning for your home purchase. We can provide you with an estimate of the stamp duty charges based on the property value and location, so you can factor that into your overall budget.
That makes sense. What about the disbursement fees? What are they? And are they related to the home financing?
Certainly, disbursement fees are the costs associated with various services involved in the home financing process. These fees cover expenses such as property valuation, legal documentation, title search, and registration fees. They are typically incurred by the lender to ensure that all necessary checks and processes are completed before finalizing the loan. Disbursement fees are usually charged to the borrower as part of the overall loan closing cost. It's important to review and understand these fees as they can vary depending on the lender and the specific services required.
I'm interested in calculation of profit rate for the home financing. Could you provide some information about that?
Certainly, the profit rate for home financing is calculated based on the principle of Islamic finance, which prohibit the charging of payment of interest. Instead, Islamic banks and financial institutions use a concept called murabaha and musyarakah mutanakisah. For this time, I will show you how to calculate the profit rate and monthly installment for home financing. The standard profit rate for this home property financing is as follows. Your monthly installments and total payment amount will vary if the SBR changes. For example, if the SBR was 3% as indicative financing rate, 4.45% per annum, your monthly installment will be RM 1,764.
I want to ask, if in the middle of tenure, I want to make an early settlement, could I pay early? Is it possible, or I have to pay any charges?
Of course, yes sir. You will not be charged extra, but you can get a rebate if you can complete the financing before the end of the financing period. The rebate that will be given to you will be determined by this bank from time to time. You want me to show you the example?
Yes, please.
You can look here. If you want to make an early payment in the 84 months, which is in October 2029, you only need to pay an outstanding deferred sale price 265,649.71. The installment due, which is 1,764. The late payment charge 0. The IBROC, which is 10,000. So the total that you need to pay is RM 287,413.71.
What if I could not afford to pay the installment during the tenure financing?
You have to pay compensation.
Oh really? How much is the compensation?
Formula for ta'wid on overdue installment is as follows. For example, your overdue installment is 1,764. The ta'wid rate is 1%. number of available days is 30. So the total of compensation is RM 1 ringgit and 0.45 for the first month. The compensation value will increase if you fail to pay it in the next month. Even the amount is small, it will affect your credit score if you didn't pay the installment.
Okay, I got it. Do I need for a takaful coverage?
Yes, you should take up the house owner takaful coverage and encourage taking up mortgage reducing term takaful, which is MRTT. The MRTT covers the outstanding amounts in circumstances of death and total permanent disability, wherein our bank shall be endorsed as the beneficiary of the policy. For additional information, if there are events the property is not completed or the construction is abandoned or delayed for any reason whatsoever, you shall pay KFH Malaysia as liquidated damages, which is an amount comprised of the following principal amount of the purchase price, actual costs, expenses, and all losses suffered by KFH Malaysia as a result of the customer's default, and also all amount to be paid or reimbursed by KFH Malaysia to any party as a result thereof. So, to prevent this form happening, you need to comply with all the rules as stipulated.
I see. Well, I follow the rule as the best as I can to avoid an unwanted things happen.
Alright, if you agree with all conditions, I will proceed for your financing agreement.
Alright, sir.
We will get in touch with you again if the financing request is approved and or denied.
How long do I need to wait?
5 until 7 of working days.
Alright, thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Assalamualaikum. Hello, Mr. Iskandar. Your document has been approved and you can come to our bank to sign the document. Thank you.
This is the document you need to sign.